How's it going, everybody? Psycho Last Valerian back again. Got another Talkin' Tekken for you. Today we are talking Tekken 6. And of course, we would just get this out of the way, obviously. Praying for DLC, you know, just being that person, praying for DLC, begging for DLC, pretty much. So hopefully Eliza for Tekken 8 DLC. Hopefully Michelle for Tekken 8 DLC. Please have those characters playable at some point, especially Eliza. I love Eliza. She's in my top 5 at number 1. So let's hope Eliza is playable at some point, and also Michelle. I love both of those characters so very much. Anyway, so the mode I'm playing right now is it's story mode pretty much, but I tried to make sure that I took out all the cutscenes, right? So I only played the first couple of stages of the game. I just wanted to get like a feel for it, right? I didn't want to go too deep into it because I know I don't have the time to be able to finish it. I'm sure that it's quite lengthy. It has a map screen and all that, so I'm pretty sure this thing is quite lengthy here. So yeah, I didn't really have time to play all that. But this here, Tekken 6. Is the modern Tekken, right? This is the start of the modern Tekken. The Tekken that I'm used to playing with, like, the certain hit effects, or the certain different kinds of, like, hit effects, depending on what position your opponent's in, whether they're standing, in the air, whatever, right? You hit them, you knock them down with certain attacks, you can get an extra attack because, you know, their head will be on the ground, feet in the air. It sounds sexual every time I say it, but I'm not trying to sound like that, you know, I'm not trying to do that, you know. Perhaps if I don't say anything, maybe it won't sound that sexual, I won't call any attention to it, but I'm just saying, like, that's what it is. I can't do anything about it. I don't make the rules, you know, but I love this game. I do. And I love the modern Tekken, and I'm still sad that I cannot play Tekken Revolution, so I can just go over that game and just kind of reminisce about it, because it's what really got me into Tekken. But because I feel like it was Tekken 6, it was Tekken Tag 2, and then it was like Revolution, right? I didn't have too much experience with 6. I got 6 for PSP through PlayStation Plus, I think around 2013 or 2014. I think it was 2013 that it was a PlayStation Plus game. But it was only the PSP version, and I don't think the PSP version had this mode here. But when it comes to the gameplay, man, there is so much that they did, you know. Like I said, like all the different hit effects, you know, like the different hit properties depending on the position and all that type of stuff. The wall is so much better. The wall feels like you can get so much more off of it. There's a lot of offense that you can do, and of course, every character has so many moves in the Tekken game to begin with. Like, it's fantastic the way the modern games work, and this right here was definitely the start of that. You know, I really love the way this game plays, and I love that. Well, I mean, that's Julia right there, but I mean, you know, I still love her and her mom. They are so great, such great characters. But this is the first game I do believe that one of my other top favorite characters, Leo, first appeared. This, I think, was his first appearance. I love Leo. He's so cool. And he was the character that I played a lot with Tekken Revolution. And like basically what I fell in love with the game with was through him and through Revolution, and the series really was that. But yeah, this is the start of that modern stuff. I love this series, I love this game, and I can safely say without even having played like every single game that like I am a huge fan of it. However, I don't know much about the story. I can tell you that. I just know that it focuses mainly on Jin, Heihachi, and Kazuya. Right? It's just like those 3 characters right there that are just, they're like the focal point of the thing. And when you start this here, it has a good little prologue talking about the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth Tekken game, and even giving you a little bit of insight into the game you're playing now, into Tekken 6. So it's talking about all those, getting you caught up on the story, and then it just kind of throws you into it. The game itself graphically looks fine, of course. It looks really good, especially for the time. The cutscenes are great, and the graphics themselves for gameplay, great. Looks good. I don't know why he has those kind of effects when he's running like that. He's not running so fast, but apparently he just had effects when he's just jumping and moving. I don't know. Look at that. He's a superhero. Lars is a superhero. Super Lars, that's what they call him on the streets. But anyway, let's move on to the modes. So starting off with the arcade. Yep, it's just standard arcade. You know, it's kind of sad that it doesn't have the endings. If I'm not mistaken, it doesn't have the endings. I'm pretty sure when I beat it with Julia during that arcade playthrough, I don't think it had any endings. Any endings at all. I can't even talk right. Any endings at all. That's what I was trying to say. But I don't think it had any. You know, which kind of sucks. I mean, I get why, you know, Tekken 8, for example, doesn't have any endings, but that's because there's character episodes. With this right here, I don't know, there's like a little story here with Brian, and, you know, when you beat this character in this mode, you get to unlock him, but we'll get to this mode in a moment. But yeah, it's just arcade battle is exactly what you would expect. You know, series of opponents, final boss at the end, cheap ass boss. Fucking hate the boss. Actually, it was kind of fun to play, but it was annoying because you could just like armor through things. I hated it, but I also loved it at the same time. I love challenging bosses, but yeah, arcade battle is just exactly what you would expect. And let's see, there's of course time attack, survival, team battle. I did a couple of things here. I didn't have everything. I think I took out the team battle. I didn't really feel like it was necessary. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect, right? All those modes are the same that they've always been. I think out of all the things I've played, I love survival the most because it's like, you know, you get down there, you have like super low health or something like that. You fight your next opponent. It's like, oh my god, like the adrenaline's rushing. Like, am I gonna be able to survive? Speaking of survival, here it is. But it's like, am I gonna be able to survive? And then you just get clocked. You just get knocked out by like the stupidest thing, right? And the game gets that undeserved perfect. But yeah, like this mode's fun. I also wanted to have a little bit of Nita in here. I didn't play Nita like barely at all, so I just at least played her for this mode. And feeling a lot more like the Nina that I'm used to in this game here, having certain attacks and certain strings that she had before, or at least that I know that she has anyway. That she would eventually have, right? You know, as I've played like some of the future games, but not some of the older games. And going through all of these games and doing this, it's pretty fun. I'm having a great time with that. But let's talk about that scenario campaign, the story itself, right? Or the story mode, not like the story itself, but the story mode of the game. So with that mode, it's like Tekken Force. You may have noticed that. But I mean, I like that. I love the Tekken Force mode. The Tekken Force mode is pretty damn fun. And in this one, it seems like there's a bit more to do than just using your fists. I noticed it like right at the end, and I'm like, I have to play it again. So when I was able to unlock another character, because after you beat, I think, the first 2 stages, it gives you the ability to choose just one character, right? You can just choose one character, and then you get to unlock that character permanently. But I'm sure, you know, finding other characters in the game, like, or throughout the story, you'll be able to unlock them as well, because if I unlocked Brian, and I don't play Brian, but I unlocked him, right? But of course I had to choose Julia, obviously. I had to make sure I chose her. But I feel like I'm much better, and I feel like he's so much easier to play, but I think I'm much better with Leo, so I really should have chose Leo, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I should have went with Julia, because, I don't know. I would love to be able to play this, but I don't have the time at the moment to be able to do this. To be able to play, like, the whole thing, right? To be able to play that whole story mode there. I still have to play story mode for Tekken 8, which I may or may not record. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I'm probably not going to record it for any gameplay because I don't really want to give any spoilers. You know, I'm not under the firm belief that if something's been out for a very long time, like Tekken 6 here, for example, I'm not under the firm belief that people, you know, should have already played it by now. It's like there's a lot of things that get in the way. Like, I didn't play the first Last of Us game until a week before the second one came out. That was 7 years later. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that just because something's been out for a while that, you know, you should have already played it by now. No, definitely not. But let's see, we've already covered the simple modes, the basic modes that you always would have, you know, time attack, survival, all that type of stuff. And I don't think there's too much else to say about the scenario campaign. I mean, it's Tekken Force with a story wrapped around it. A bit more to do, quite lengthy, I'm sure. Definitely plenty there to sink your teeth into, you know. A fun mode. The game itself is fun, and like I said, just the fact that it's, you know, the modern Tekken that I'm used to, you know, it really hits the mark. But I'm telling you, man, like, I played a little bit of practice mode for Tekken Tag 2 because I had to get warmed up for that, because that's gonna be the next game I'm tackling, of course, and I am so excited about that. Like, the game it got even better. With Tekken Tag 2, it got even better. So I feel like out of the modern Tekken games, it could easily be my second favorite, as I really feel that Tekken 8 is my favorite, you know. But of course, there's Tekken 7 that's also very enjoyable. It's a very fun game to play. But I digress. I don't think there's too much else to say, and we're getting on the time attack right now. A little over 12 minutes, this mode here that I played. And like I said, I don't think there's too much else to say, except, like, this game is super fucking enjoyable, super fun to play. And, you know, the future obviously just gets better, but for this game at the time, like, yeah, I know I would have loved playing this. You know, if I was playing it back then when it first came out, I'm sure I would have loved playing it. As long as I don't know, because I mean, like, I played very casually back then, right? And I always felt like, oh, the combos are like the only thing you need to worry about. It's like, well, the combos I feel are kind of important because you need to be able to get the damage. Like, you have to get that damage when you get those hits. Because I feel like I have lost plenty of matches before because I just missed out on damage that I could have had. So if I could have had that damage, then I wouldn't have got hit so many times by my opponent. Like, they wouldn't have been able to do that. They wouldn't have been able to open me up that many times. But then again, of course, I fail my defense, so, you know, still kind of on me, obviously. So you gotta take responsibility there. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. But like the game overall, the graphics are fantastic, especially for the time. The graphics are great. You know, the game looks great. Hit effects and all that. The animations feel so good. They look so good. They feel so good. And the game feels great when you play it. It doesn't feel good to drop things, but it still feels great. I'm pretty sure I get a perfect on him. Don't I get a perfect on him? I do get a perfect on him. I think I should get a double perfect on this guy. Fuck you, Kazuya. Like, he's like one of the faces of this game, right? But you know what? You suck. You fucking suck, Kazuya. Suck. Leo's the man. He's gonna take over. Yeah. There you go. Double perfect. Like I said, fuck you, Kazuya. But yeah, the game looks great. The game feels great. It has plenty to offer, you know, with all the different modes it has, like the typical modes that you always had in arcade, battle, time attack, and all that, and then the new story mode that's I think exclusive to the console version of the game, not to the PSP version. I don't think it's in there. I know there's the rage system I think that was introduced in here, and I didn't know exactly if there was like a rage art, but no, like it just when you fall down below a certain amount of health, I think you just do more damage and that's it. Like, and I do believe that also comes back for what is it? Tekken Tag 2, because it said rage and everything. I was like, well, you do more damage, right? I put the option on, and I was like, okay, you do more damage. All right, well, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think Steve is like the only one that really gave me a lot of trouble, besides the final boss, because you know he's cheap as fuck. But with all that said, I will go ahead and bring this thing to a close by saying that it's TheHobidyBooby, wishing you the best. Hope that you take care. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you in the next video or stream. Peace. Hope you have a good one. I think I forgot to say that. Hope you take care. Hope you have a good one. Hope to see you in the next video or stream. Peace.
Get ready for the next battle.
Come over here. Let me talk to you.
Round one. Fight. You win. Round two. Fight. Perfect. You win. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. You win. Round two. Fight. You win. Get ready for the next battle. Extra round. Fight. KO. You lose. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. You win. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. KO. Final round. Fight. Continue. 8, 7, 6, Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight! Round two. Fight!
As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December.